it going, everyone? Hello, hello. So far, I only see Marilyn, little homestead by the beach in the chat. And yes, it's the weekend. It's always a good thing when it's the weekend. Oh, okay. I forgot to put it on mute. My second screen. There you go. It's done. So don't be shy if you're in the chat. Say hello. Chris Creation Fun is in the chat. Thank you so much for being here. I'm guessing Tiffany's not too far behind. Let me just share that in my Facebook page. Simply because, well, I always forget before I start my live stream. How's it going down there, Chris? You guys, you're probably getting the same cold we're getting, but you guys get some snow at all? So far, up here, it's looking a lot like last winter, where last year, I think from, winter itself, meaning from December 21st until March 20th, was the least amount of snow I have ever seen in my life. Unfortunately, last year, from March 21st until April 15th, was the most amount of snow I've seen. Sorry. So it's hard to say what kind of spring we're going to get. Hopefully, we get a nice spring. I'm just waiting for the cold to arrive. Funny enough, I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday morning saying how I was wondering if they were able to go ice fishing at all. And he was telling me that there's actually a bunch of people fishing, about 15 minutes from here. And as I was scrolling on Facebook, I stumbled upon someone who was sharing the news that there were people stranded on an island of ice, I suppose. The water was frozen solid enough to be able, like the ice was frozen enough to be able to go on, no problem. But what they didn't take account for was that the fact that when the level of the water was low, it was not an issue to cross. There was no water. You would just see the ice and you could walk on. But as the water was going back up, the sides were not fully frozen. Like the water underneath was not frozen. So the water got up, and it was like a 15 feet channel of water, about a foot or 2 feet deep of cold water separating them from the shore. I see a lot of people came in. Yes, we just had a delivery from Walmart, so she's putting that away. Awesome. Thomas is here. Hope all is well. Yes. It's a weekend. It's always good when it's a weekend. We got some was not here most of the day at my parents' new house. That's awesome. Dave, hello. Everyone in the chat, my rain has just turned snow. It's very, very cold here. Hopefully the seawater will freeze soon, because I have some ice fishing gear there. I have a new stove. I have a new ice fishing tent that I want to be able to use. And as long as the water doesn't freeze, well, there's not much I can do. I have a few things on my feet here. Sorry, I have so many things that just came in. I placed a few orders, and I have a lot of stuff to show you guys. It's going to be awesome. We have a little less than 2 feet on the ground here now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we have less than you guys have. My estimate would be about 1 foot of snow here. I was out ice fishing yesterday, rain today. So you have more cold than we do. Well, I was having a little chat with Thomas, and there's actually a lot of ice in Ontario right now. But the thing is, it's all it's all lakes and streams and rivers and brooks. So the water freezes quickly. Here, it's salt water that we're waiting to freeze. So it has to be a little bit colder and it freezes a little bit slower. There was people fishing up at my parents' house. Fishing for smelt, like on the seawater or on a lake. One of the things I got was this thing here. You're wondering what it is? In my backpack, I have a hammock. And I have a mosquito net. So I can, in theory, go sleep right in the woods. And this here, as you can see, it opens up. And it's like foam. It will... well, I have a cot here. Those are cans, not cot, but I have one here. And if I go sleep in the winter outside, there's a chance that my body might release a lot of my body heat. This thing here is meant to stop the cold from hitting me from underneath. And if I want to use a hammock, I can use a hammock with this thing. And the reason why I selected this, well, first of all, I see a lot of people using those when they sleep in the cold on a hammock. The fact that it opens up and, it would be a bunch of connected tiles going that way means that if I sleep in a hammock, I would sleep that way and it's not going to bend. As if I was... let me see if I can show you. So the fact that the tiles are kind of connected sideways like this, I sleep here, it's kind of solid enough. It's not going to bend too much. But if I was sleeping on a little foam mattress that would be this way, it would bend like this, and having me sleep in the middle, I would just fall right in the hammock and it wouldn't be too helpful, really. So hopefully I'll be able to use this thing at some point. But even if I don't use it in the winter, I had it on my ceramic floor in the kitchen. And as you can see, it's really not that thick. It's maybe 1 centimeter. So maybe like a little tiny bit less than half of an inch. Maybe like 40% of an inch, 4/10 of an inch. And I had that on the ceramic floor and was actually very, very comfortable. Sorry. The little, the shape, the way that it's made, looks like a strawberry wafer cookie. Yeah, but it's actually it's very, very light. It's like, it's foam. And it's actually very, very comfortable. Seawater up in Miramichi. Okay. Well, up in Miramichi, it might be a little bit colder, but I don't know. I don't know if I would trust the ice just yet. I'll have to go for a drive. Maybe Sunday I'll go for a drive and see if it's ready to go ice fishing or not. Tiffany's here. Good evening, Tiffany. Finally done with all your Walmart order that came in. Something else that I purchased. Well, the box is kind of broken, but a fishing reel. This one was just like $6, but the feel of it, I'm gonna put it on one of those retractable rod that I have. I'm gonna put the line, probably just like to go fish like tiny trout, but it's very, very smooth. And I love that this thing here, like it's, I don't know, turns and it's not too hard. It's kind of soft. And as you can see, I mean, it's going pretty well. And I love it when a reel goes up and down like this. So if there's ever a little bit of water that goes in, by going up and down, it will clean all the water. It's not meant for very, very heavy line. It's a Rubly nose reel HJ 2000. But as you can see, my box is broken. So I kind of just have to put that on the ground, I suppose, on the floor. The second one I got, they are very short drive to Kashibugwak National Park. Nice. I've never been to that park other than to go trout fishing in the spring, but I have some family that used to go there like every summer. I'll put away now. Awesome. I'm starting celery, kale, and have to transplant lettuce into plug trays. Time to fill the greenhouse again. You're way too far ahead of us. Nice memories. You used to go there, Magellan? So Rublinos XC4000. So the same brand. The next level, I suppose. All you have to do is you clip it here and you can press a little button to put it back in. But this one is my favorite of the three I got. It's very, very smooth. And I'm going to be using this in the summer, because when I reel it, I don't have to reel it too fast. I can feel the air, like it's pushing air on my hand and my face. So if it gets warm, I'll just start casting and reeling, I suppose. But I always have it on lock. You can't go backwards, because otherwise it always mixes up the line. But this one here, it's a beautiful one. I love it. And as you can see, like, it's very, very smooth. I know not everyone here loves fishing, but I told Thomas I was going to show it to him. So here it is. That's my favorite one. And the same company. I think. It doesn't say the company name on this one. But it's the DC 7000. This one is a lot bigger. Like, it's twice the size as the other one. So this one is the mother or the father of all the reels, the fishing reels. This one here will be added to one of my striped bass fishing rod, because the one I have on my rod right now is actually broken. You try to, it's like locked that way for some reason. It's broken. So even if you put it there, it's like the little button is just like, you have to reel, and it's a bummer. So hopefully this one will last a little bit longer. It's very, it seems like very, very tough, very solid reel. And once again, like, it's very, very smooth. So I actually found some line. I have it back there somewhere. 50 pounds threaded. So it looks smaller. It looks like 8 pounds, and it's actually a lot tougher. And I love fishing with tough line, because we always get stuck somewhere. And with 50 pounds line, I can just haul whatever I get stuck in right to the shore. 2000 series are great for trout. Yes. That's what I'm going to use, especially for brookies. In the small streams we have here, they're really not big. We might get lucky and get like a 10 inches at some point. I'm probably going to use a 4,000 to go like fish in lakes and stuff. And I'm going to use this one here for bass. Usually it says, okay, so 0.35, 350, 0.40, 270, 0.45, 210. So I'll have to check the line I have here to be sure, but I'm pretty sure I can put like 200 feet of line, which I never really get to, but I just love this reel. Let me put it away. Maybe not this weekend, but next one for leeks, shallots, and celery. I think Italian parsley is long too, so better start them. Cool. Luckily, I still had them pulled up on my tablet. Okay. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Still had it pulled on my tablet. I used to work there. My first job outside home, summer job between bachelor and master. Cool. 4,000 series is great for summer. I used 3,500 series across the board with 8-pound bread to 6-pound fluorocarbon liter. Cool. Was paid $14 an hour, I think. It was a lot at that time. Yes, it was. I remember working for the village here for $6 an hour, cleaning the sewers and the lagoon. So for $6 an hour to have my face in there, it sucked. Salut Martin, comment ça va? Kushibugwag, there's no mountain, Dave. It's flat. Yeah, it is. Hey Shawnee, how's it going? Thank you so much for stopping by. I'm having some grapefruits and blueberries. Awesome. Yes, éparlant, smelt. That's my goal. J'ai la tente. I have like a huge ice fishing tent that I showed in my video 2 weeks ago. J'ai fait une vidéo 2 semaines passées par rapport à une tente que j'ai reçue. And I also have a little wood stove, but I doubt that I can use the wood stove if I go ice fishing, not because of the wood stove itself, but just because it would be a lot of stuff to bring. But as soon as I know that the seawater is frozen, I will go out. The kids want to go anyway, and I just need to borrow my dad's propane heater. Thank you. Yes, don't forget the thumbs up. It's always very much appreciated. Mezzanette. Isn't Mezzanette in the peninsula, Marilyn? I thought Martin was on the Quebec side, in not too far from Saint-Alexis. Hello. People saying hi to each other. Something else I got is this big tarp. I opened it up in the living room for something I got on Temu for like $5. I was very surprised about the quality. It's almost the same material as my rain jacket. It's actually pretty big. I opened it in the living room. I'm gonna say it's about 8 by 12. Yes, Marilyn is a lot closer to me. Saint Florence. Okay, so yeah, he's on the Quebec side though. So yeah, so that tarp will be used if I go camping in my hammock. I can put that on top of me, so if it rains, it doesn't rain on me. I can put that on top of my tent, attach that with ropes, 2 trees around, have the tent in the middle, so the condensation doesn't stick to the side of the tent. If it rains, when it rains, it always ends up getting wet in the tent. But with a tarp like this, it should stop a lot of the water. even if I go deer hunting with the blind tent that I have, because when I was deer hunting with my son, it was raining a little bit and we got wet. I had to put like a huge stick in the middle to try to hold the tent because it was caving in, and as it was caving in, the water was dripping in. Hey Jake, how's it going? Yes, I still do. To be honest, I forgot to do the promise I made for you. I'm not gonna. I mean, I still have the song in my emails, and every once in a while, I go through my emails to make sure I don't forget anything, and I file them as they're done. It just happened that I have a lot of emails right now, but I will get to it, and yeah, I just didn't use it yet, and as long as I don't use it, I don't feel as bad not to make you a little donation. Um, might not be the way to do, but I'm not gonna use it until I make that donation, and I want to use it to make a little entry, not entry, but trailer video for this year, because obviously I have to do one every year. But I didn't forget about you. When you go live, I usually get a little notification. Unfortunately, most of the time I'm at work and I can't really join. Oh, no worries. Yeah. No problem. I just have to remind myself. I'll probably see you go live on Sunday, and it'll come back to me. But like I said, I won't use the song until everything's paid for, as promised. Pavia de Minto. So his dad is from Minto. That's on Nova Scotia, New Brunswick border, isn't it? So that's probably not too far from Tiffany and Chris, if I remember correctly. I'm not too familiar with all the places down south. And then I went to Walmart and bought some pants. It's kind of weird because I used to wear the brand Hagar or Hagar, whatever, however it's pronounced, Haggar, and it used to be the only pair of pants that I could put on, because I hate wearing belts. When I wear belts, for some reason, the belts, they tend to go up and the pants tend to go down a little bit, and I don't know, it's just bothering me all the time. So I like to have a pair of pants that is not too tight on the waist, but at the same time won't go down. And Hagar was the only brand that I could wear, and it was enough space and it was comfortable. And then I found these pants at Walmart. I love them because there was a lot of pockets, like, a zipper on the side here and another one on that side. I don't have the price on them, but they were around $30. And it's the brand Wrangler. And they're actually very, very comfortable because they're my perfect size. It's a little stretch, like you can stretch it a little bit. So if I gain 5 pounds, I'm good. It's still a little bit tight on the waist, but there's enough space to breathe in there. So I already have a few pairs of that kind. And consume the goodness. Kendra, how's it going? I saw that you were having a premiere at pretty much the same time I was starting my live stream. I'm sorry. I'll have to go and watch that video later. I'm going to be watching a lot of your videos. I am a little bit behind on your videos, but I have a midterm exam coming in next Friday. So I'm probably going to spend the whole week studying now that I have my book. And I like to put your relaxation music in the background while I do my studying. It really helps focus. And this pair of pants here, a little bit more like reddish brown kind of. I didn't have a pair that color yet, so hopefully I have some shirts to put with this one. People are coming in. Okay, so Kendra's here. Hey, no worries at all, Jake. Yeah, it's good that you reminded me, because like I said, I kind of forgot. I still have it in my emails. At some point I will, every few months I go in and I just clear everything and make sure I'm up to date on my things. But it's good that you reminded me. Je viens de Winston, mais vit présentement à Bécomo sur la côte nord. So she's from Bécomo and she lives North Quebec. Awesome. And your live streams are pretty awesome too, and you have a lot of supporters, and it's always fun to support everyone. Saying hi, Handale. Hello. How's it going? I'm gonna need to do a collaboration with you at some point. I know I said that a few months ago, but your voice, it's always, I don't know, whenever I hear you speaking, it's always so how can I say that? There's something about your voice that just makes you want to listen more and more about what you have to say. So eventually I will do a video of some sort and I will ask you to do the narration. Sure, he did not shop in the women's section. Has pockets, stretching waist, a dream for a woman pants. Maybe. No, it was in the men's section. Fisherman 506. Lee, how's it going? Some of the videos you catch up on might be boring, but there's a skit might make you laugh. Well, it's always fun. I don't find them boring. If something's boring, well, even if I watch some videos sometimes. I mean, you can't have 100% of your videos where every one of your subscribers enjoy 100%. You're gonna have some better ones, some not as good ones, but I'm never gonna say your videos are boring. You take the time to do them. They might not suit me, and I'm not just talking about you. I'm just talking about people in general. They might not suit me, but I will put it on, press play, and give you a thumbs up. And I'm not gonna give you a thumbs down because I don't like the content you're sharing. I see some people doing that sometimes. You have a video of your beautiful cat, and someone goes and put a thumbs down. Like, what's your problem to put a thumbs down on one of my videos? Could anyone suggest a reliable, cheap internet provider? The one I have is Rogers. I think they're Canada-wide. They might be in your area as well. I don't know. Maybe Thomas would be the guy to ask. Going early, like right now. So I suppose I will get a notification when you go live. Going early, but it's still showing up as still showing as though you're going up at 9 p.m. But I suppose we'll see. Saying hi, just FYI, no problem, Scott. Yeah, and if I have to do it, I want it to be something special. I want it to have like a meaningful impact. There was Robert from Homestead Aquarius that has that very, very deep masculine voice, and I made him do the narration. Narration. Is that the way to pronounce it? Narration. Narration. Anyway, the voiceover, one of my video, and he was talking, like kind of reading something I had put on screen, some text, with this very deep voice, and I think it was very, very awesome the way that it was done. So if I do another video where I kind of need a voice to have a meaningful impact, that's probably when I'm going to reach out to you, Miss Ann. Oh well, they can go wherever they want. I'm not holding anyone here, and after I'm done, I'm gonna go on your channel. So you're going live around what time, Scott? If you're still here. It's not started yet. Might be going 15 minutes in advance. I don't know. I just got the Bell Fiber, $30 cheaper than I was paying. Awesome. People saying hi. They have someone on this feed mentioned a company with letters, which I have forgotten. Yeah, that's it. Like, just keep moving, because people don't understand. When they do a thumbs down, it's still interacting with the YouTube video. And okay, maybe at some point YouTube will stop promoting it, but you're still interacting with the video. So YouTube is still seeing this video as being engaging. And the only thing you're doing is doing like a little pinch to the heart where I'm like, oh, thumbs down. Okay. Was that just like someone that doesn't like me, or like the same person that does that to everyone, or was it really someone that really didn't like my video? But then again, I look at my thumbs up, and I'll have like 30 thumbs up for like one thumbs down, and there's no way that this is gonna let me make me stop or put me down. It's one thumbs down, one thumb down. You're not doing anything with one thumb down. The only reason I would really put a thumbs down would be like if someone was like beating an animal on YouTube, or doing something like disgusting, like very, very bad. Someone who can expect to see something like thumbs down on a video. If you show a kid getting hurt, even if it's an accident, you're not going to get a thumbs up. If it's really bad, I'll give a thumbs down. But most of the time, I'll just skip the video and move on. Like Ann said, if you don't like what you're watching, just skip it. You don't need to let everyone know that you don't like it. It's like when you're leaving a group chat. Oh, well, just so you guys know, I'm going to be leaving now. Bye. Well, nobody really cares most of the time. Just leave. You know what I mean? Hey, Lois, how's it going? The Marshmallow Man. All depends on your area. Look into smaller companies, just as good as the big guys with better deals, and to run off their lines. Bella Rogers, and has to let them by law. Yes, thank you for the thumbs up. 16 people watching. I don't see. Sorry. Only 13 thumbs up with 16 people watching. Don't forget the thumbs up. Oh, saying hi. Narration. It's one of those words where I never really heard anyone say it. So I know, like in French, it's narration. And I know the way to write it down, but it's just a pronunciation. Here we are with Storm. It's a lot cheaper than Bell or Rogers. They run off the Bell lines, and also a small local company. Cool. I would be happy to. That's a big compliment. Thank you. You're welcome. You have the voice to do that kind of stuff. That's why it was so amazing when you did, when you participated in the fundraiser that we did for the little Olivia, who, by the way, just turned, was it 4 years old, 5 years old, and she's now home. Thankfully, she's home, and she seems to be doing a lot better. And of course, she still has like a long road ahead, but at least she's out of the hospital, she's home, and hopefully things can get better from here on. My haters are my best viewers. They watch from the beginning to the end and pick up on everything, every little thing that's wrong, and they comment or thumbs down is still interacting. Exactly. That's the thing. Watching the PM, okay to give thumbs down. Well, like, that's the thing. If you put a video like this, the guy, even if, like, I mean, okay, it's not about, I'm not going to say this about politics per se, but he's getting paid $300,000 a year to run a country where he knows that no matter what he does, there's going to be people for him and people against him. People are going to be happy on one side and people are going to be angry on another side. So you take the job, you know that it's going to happen. You know people are not going to like you. You know if you go on a live stream on YouTube, people are going to give you thumbs down. But hey, I'm not getting paid to do YouTube. Well, okay, maybe I am a little bit, but I'm making $400 a year. I am far from the $400,000 that the president and the prime minister do. It's the same thing in the States. No matter who's in power, there's going to be a bunch of people happy and a bunch of people angry. And if they go and do something on YouTube, well, of course they can expect to get thumbs down. They're going to have as much thumbs down as thumbs up, maybe, or maybe more on one side or the other. But you know what? That's to be expected. They're being paid to do what they believe, even though sometimes we don't agree with them. They're getting paid to do what they believe is best with what they have. But I'm not getting paid that much money. I'm just here doing something for fun. And if I watch a video of someone and I don't really enjoy the video, I'm just going to skip. And I don't even like skipping a video because it's kind of a way to show YouTube that I didn't enjoy the video. I'm always going to be at least a minute watching the video just to see, is there something else coming? Is there going to be something more to this video? And when the answer is no, well, so Olivia just turned 4. Yeah, I know. I saw it, but it's just, we were talking about how a 4-year-old girl could have such a monstrous illness. And I knew that she wasn't 4 when she was diagnosed. But everything is just happening so fast that so she turned 4. Imagine, she was 3 years old, diagnosed with cancer, brain cancer, and she fought through it. And yes, it's wonderful, little warrior princess. And I can never be thankful enough for what everyone in the chat has done. I had people watching the whole day. I had people providing stuff, giving aways, buying stuff, doing donations. I had people on the panel with me to keep me company. Everything was just amazing. That's the kind of thing that shows me that there is still decent human beings out there, because let's face it, in the last couple of years, I say couple, when I say couple, I mean like 10, 15 years, things were not always good. You see a lot more crimes, mass shooting. You see people stealing. You see all kind of people really doing bad stuff. And to see people do some good for once. When you watch the news, it's always bad news. But to see people do some good, it's actually pretty cool. Anyone has planned for the weekend? My daughter plays volleyball on the development team. And for those wondering, we have like tier 1 and tier 2. Tier 1 is like the best team the school has to play, which is grade 8 mostly, the oldest players in the school. And my daughter being in grade 7, well, she's trying for like the tier 2 team, which means if she makes this team, well, she's going to practice. They don't have as many tournaments, but they're still getting ready for next year. And the plan is for them to be the best players next year. Kind of what we're doing with the mini handball team here. I'm coaching the competitive team, and there's like a second team where the players are a little bit younger. They're still practicing. They're still playing. They're still going to a few tournaments, but they know they're not going to win. Well, you never really know, but I mean, as a coach, that you're playing against a team that's 10 times better than you. Chances are you're going to lose. But they're having a tournament tomorrow with a bunch of tier 2 teams. And I'm going not too far from Maryland's hometown, about 2 hours and a half from here. And we have to be there for 12. So we're going to leave around 9 just so that we can stop at a gas station to put gas. Might want to stop at Tim Hortons to buy a little snack on our way there. I know my girlfriend and my daughter already have their snack and lunch for lunch. But you go in a tournament like this, you always try to support the people there. By the way, the tournament we made last weekend, we organized a tournament with 9 teams, 2 schools. It ended up costing about $150 less for referees than what we thought. We ended up paying about $200 less than what we were expecting for the gym. The canteen went so well, and everything just went so well that we made about okay, well, there's 2 different numbers I have to give you. Let's say $1,200 profit split in 2. So that's about $600 profit per team because it was the 2 teams planning everything together. So this is going to allow us to go to at least 3 more tournaments this year. The school pays for 1, and we played in our own tournament, so that's 2, and then we're going to have 3 more tournaments paid for already, plus the provincials, plus the regionals, the regionals for the Canadian Games. The second number I have to say is it's not exactly $1,200. We kind of have a deal with a team that participated where we didn't charge them, but they're not charging us when we go there. So it's kind of like we ended up making a little bit more than $1,000 of profit. And it could actually be a little bit more than that if we start counting the donations we got for like Gatorades, water bottles, and stuff like that. And there's a few Gatorades and waters that stayed in the end, and we're going to be able to use those beverage for the next tournaments we go. We'll be able to give some Gatorades to the kids, give some water to the kids. So it's kind of like hard to say exactly how much money's worth we have in terms of drinks. And because it was two teams participating in the organization of the tournament, well, being give or take $500 worth of money in our hands, because we made the deal for a tournament, we had to pay them half of our profit, because obviously they needed to make $190 more than us. So we had to give them $95 at the end. So they kind of that team made about $600, and we made about $400, give or take, but we have one tournament paid for already. So depending on the way you see it, it was a huge success, because let's face it, when we were doing the numbers at first, we were like, okay, if we don't want to make a deficit in the tournament, we need to sell for at least $500 worth of food. We ended up getting the pizza for free from a local Pizza Delight. If you ever come northern New Brunswick, or if you don't have a Pizza Delight in the area and you drive by one, I suggest you stop by. Their pizza is awesome, and they have all kind of different meals as well: poutine, chicken, fries, like potatoes, and it's like a half fancy restaurant where it's not that expensive. Need happiness here. Yeah, that was a very special day, and you were so sick but made it through. Well, I had to make it through. If she was able to do what she did, I had to make it. Yeah, and not only was it like a fundraiser, but at the same time, we were there. The kids played. The kids had fun. Obviously, losing in the semifinals, they were disappointed. Losing for the bronze medal, they were even more disappointed. Sorry, but you learn whether you win or lose, and sometimes you learn a little bit more when you lose. So for us to lose kind of put things in perspective, like, okay, we know we have a good team, but if we don't play our best game, teams can beat us. The team that beat us for the bronze medal was not supposed to be that strong. Let's just put it this way. They usually have like one of the best team, but this year they're like in reconstruction, and they lost like by a big difference against Campbellton, and we had one win, one loss against Campbellton. So we figured, we should be able to beat them. Well, the kids, in their minds, they're like, okay, we should be able to beat them pretty easily. But everyone that's ever done sports knows that that's not the way it works. And we played, like, I played the whole team equally. Everyone on the bench, like, there was nobody that was benched. And we beat them, whether it was my best players or not, 18-15. And when we played for the bronze medal, they beat us by 1 or 2 points. So now the kids know that, okay, they can beat us. We have to be prepared. But we also know that we can beat them. So if we play good, we have a chance at winning medals. And in the semifinal, when we lost against Campbellton, there's like a huge rivalry. The game was just amazing. Do I think the best team won? Well, that depends on who you ask, because obviously they beat us twice and we beat them once. But some people that were there were saying how our team was more structured and should have won. Things happen. It's sports. I'm not going to argue saying who's the best and who's not. All I can say is it was a wonderful game. The kids gave all they had. Everyone did their best. Nobody got hurt. It was a beautiful day. Everybody, the parents got involved, especially parents. Well, there was a lot of parents on the other team, like the second team, the development team. and some from my team as well that got involved, either with the canteen or with the scoreboards, or getting into town, running to get a few things that we were missing, and turns out great. Now we have another tournament coming in about um, 2 weeks, and from there, it's pretty much one tournament every second or third weekend. So the kids are going to have fun. They're going to play, and even like the second team, we're considered double A. There's a team, and that second team is going to be the team that will replace us next year, because when the kids get older, these ones are going to get older as well, and they're going to become the main team. And they have a good team. They got crushed because obviously when you're in grade 4 and 5 and you play against grade 6 team, well, they're bigger than you, they're stronger than you, they're faster than you, and chances are they're going to have more skills. But the second team also played pretty well, even though they got crushed 3 games. They still showed some pretty good things. And okay, we the team that won the tournament is Dieppe, and they have their school is grade 6, 7, and 8, and they have over 1,000 students. So let's say they have about 350 possible players to choose from. We don't even have 350 players within like the 3 or 4 schools in my area. So the fact that they won is not that surprising, but they were pretty nice for a bunch of kids that are just 11 years old. After beating the second team like 42-0, they went to them after the game and gave them like a hand, a handshake, and they applauded because they said to the kids, "Look, we've been there before. It's just your first year. You're actually pretty good. Don't give up." And that's coming from 11 years old. Don't give up. Keep going. You're doing great. We're just used to play together. We're older. And yeah, the team that won was like something else. But yeah, the fact that the kids I spend time with my kids, and the kids spend time together as a team to have. It's the only sport in competitive side of things in New Brunswick that it's actually mixed. You need to have 3 boys and 3 girls on the play at all time. And to have all of them hang out together the whole day, sitting, watching other games, going together in the canteen to help out, it was just wonderful to see. And, how can you not be proud of everything that happened? My 2 daughters, Claudia and Miley, they were volunteering the whole day, taking keeping track of the scores, writing down who would score goals, putting like the scoreboards, a timer, and taking care of all that. It was amazing. And when I was not coaching, I was going all over the place to write down the scores on the boards and do all the math to see who was gonna rank first, second, third, fourth, and fifth, and so on. Even my girlfriend helped a little bit. She went to town to get a few things. We ended up having a 50-50 draw of about $175. The guy that came and won that amount of money was probably very happy to not only be able to support, but at the same time, his day was paid for. Whistle Stop Homestead, thank you so much for being here. How's it going? I'll be here in the background. Awesome. Thank you so much, Kendra. So, this is the kind of thing that I love about sports. Last year, we had a team of mostly grade 5. We had 3 grade 6, and they were my daughter, my niece, and another girl. This year, we have 11 grade 6 and 1 grade 5. And the grade 5 is a guy, And he's pretty much the same level as the other ones. You can see that he's a little bit younger than some of them, but he's still there and he's still playing great. So to have a team last year that was struggling to put a win on the board, but to stay together no matter what, they still ended up enjoying themselves. They learned, they progressed. Even like the players that I don't want to say that we had a little bit of issues with, but the ones that were maybe trying to do things on their own, they didn't want to be team players as much, I should say, turned out at the end of the season to be like great leaders. And they're even like great leaders this year because they're coming back to help us coach those kids, which is awesome. I wonder where the kids get their comparativeness. Did you mean competitive or comparativeness? It's just I feel like through sports, people can learn a lot about a lot of things. The person you are when you do sports is probably the person you're going to be when you grow up. And I saw something in my son this weekend that at first I was like, okay, I'm going to need to have a talk with him. And then something else happened and I'm like, okay, like I can be proud of what he did. Because at one point you got pushed. Yes, okay, there should have been a call. It should have been called. There should have been a call. But the referee missed it. And back in the days, I was the guy to complain about the referees. As I grew older, let's say in the last 2 years, I tend to feel a lot more calm. And, not that I didn't respect the referees, but I would probably tell a referee if they did something wrong. And my son got pushed from behind, lost the ball. The referee didn't call it. He got mad. The other team scored, or we scored. I don't remember. I think we scored because he was actually going down in our zone. And he complained at the referee, and the referee told him, like, enough. Next thing you say, you have a yellow card. And like 10 seconds later, the half was done. He came back at the bench. And I told him, I said, look, you can't complain at the referee. It's not going to change anything. Put that anger in your game. You get angry, put the anger in your throw. Throw the ball harder. Like I learned to do that because when I was playing soccer back in the days, I would have my brother that was 6 years younger than me, was 14 years old, playing in nets against men. So you can guess that we were losing big time. 6-7-0, 5-1 when we were lucky. But as time went by, we got older, we got better, we started understanding the game better. And whenever we would lose against a team, I'd be like, okay, what did I do wrong? I was hard against myself. And I'd be like, okay, I made this error. This was my fault. It's not going to happen again. I'm going to learn from this. And next time I get the ball is going to go in the net. And that's the kind of player that I was as I got older. And I had a little talk with my son just to tell him, like, put your anger in your play instead. Just the best way to get revenge on the team and on the referee. If you think the referee is against you, the best way to get your revenge on the referee is to go and score a goal. So I think it was in the same game, maybe the second half. You got pushed again, and I'm like, oh, that should have been a call. You got up, stole the ball from the other player, and jumped and made like a huge throw like I've never seen him do before, and he scored a goal. And he looked at me laughing, smiling, and was like, did you see that, Dad? Like, did you see? And like, I looked at him and said, I'm proud of you. Like, keep going. That's what I want you to do. Just Don't get mad because you fell. Get up and get back at it, because that's the way you're going to score goals. Teams are not going to stop playing against you. They're not going to stop pushing you. They're not going to stop. And it's the same thing in life. People are not going to stop pushing you. People are not going to give you anything. You have to fight. And if someone pushes you down, just get up and go at it again. That's the way I feel. Competitive. I play football. Yeah. And I was a very competitive person. I mean, I've been in brawls, playing soccer, indoor soccer. I was in a few brawls, actually. Not because I'm a fighter, just because, I don't know, you want to tell me something, try to piss me off. It's going to work. I'm going to get pissed off, and then you're going to have to answer for your actions, As I got older, I tend to just walk away, get back into position. Sometimes I'll reply something to the guy, and some of my players will be like, Remy, just shut up. No, I know what I'm doing. I'm still in my game. No worries. I'm trying to get him out of his game. And bottom line, when you're done the game, you shake hands, and you go home. The next week, you'll be sitting next to those guys while they play, or while you're waiting to play your next game, and you're going to be chatting with them. You're going to see them at the bar at some point. You're going to see them at the store, say hi. You might even play with them at some point, because there was a league where we used to play, and then all of a sudden we ended up being on the same team. We had to get along. I mean, it's a competition. I get angry when I play with my brothers and my friends. We even had fights between brothers when we were playing on the same team. Shows how competitive we were. But in the end, you play for fun. And of course, it's a lot more fun when you win. And this year is going to be a lot of fun, because we have a pretty good team. We lost 11 to 10 in the semifinals last tournament. That's a pretty tight game. They were ahead 5-1. We came back 6-5, 6-6, 7-6, 7-7. At some point, I think it was 9-7 for us. And they ended up tying the game. They got 2 goals ahead. We scored a goal at the end. And they ended up winning. But that's the kind of game where it can go one way or the other. Anybody can win, and that's the fun part about a game. I'll be mad at myself if I lose and I know I didn't do my best, but I'm not going to be mad at a teammate. I can go to them and say, okay, look, don't worry. Next time, try this instead, and just see if that works out for you. But I'll be mad at myself. I missed that beep goal. But next time, I won't do the same mistake again. And I think that's the way with whatever you do. Even if you garden, my carrots didn't grow this year, I'm going to learn what to do, and next year my carrots are going to grow. I'm going to see what I did wrong. Next year, it's going to work. I missed that fish. Well, the next one that takes a bite in a week from now, I'll know what to do so I don't lose that fish. I missed a deer. No problem. It happens. I was mad and I made nightmares about that deer. But next year, I won't miss the same deer. That's the way you have to go about everything in life. I didn't get the job I wanted. Next time I go apply for a job, I'm going to have an interview and I'm going to get it. You have to think positive. You have to take that anger and change it into wanting to improve, wanting to get better, wanting to make sure that error doesn't happen again. Well, I see that pretty much everyone is gone to bed or maybe gone on Scott's live stream. Either way, it's all good. I have a long drive tomorrow. I'm going to go to bed and I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to go say hi to Scott on his live stream, and you guys will be redirected there as well. So thanks for watching. If you're not subscribed, obviously you can't comment, but don't forget the thumbs up. And you're always welcome to share my my stuff, my videos, my live stream. Still here, just listening. Awesome. Well, I'm gonna go anyway, but don't hesitate if you have any questions, any comments. As long as they're written in a respectful way, I will answer, and I'll get back to you at some point. Have a great weekend, and hopefully your weekend and my weekend are all good, going well, and see you next time.